There is more breaking news this hour, and this story out of the United States, a major development in the Russia investigation. One of Donald Trump's close confidants is now under arrest, and there he is, Roger Stone, a self-proclaimed dirty trickster who proudly boasts about his part in Watergate. Stone even has a tattoo of Nixon on his back. So let's look at new video that's come into us this morning of FBI agents raiding his home early this morning. I think we're going to bring that for you. It's hard to see, but it is dramatic.
FBI, open the door.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the FBI team using a middle-of-the-night door knock to bring him in. That surprise raid coming even though Stone has been publicly saying for months now that he expected to be arrested. He even was trying to raise money for his trial and his costs, selling Roger stones, literally stones that he had signed his name to. So he knew this was coming, but perhaps not expecting it today. Ellen Morrow anticipating things and on the story for us in Washington. 6 o'clock in the morning, Ellen, local time. They moved in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And what do we know from there?
Well, as you said, Heather, a really dramatic arrest. Those FBI agents you see in the video, it's hard to make out what they're wearing, but they're actually wearing riot gear as they arrested Roger Stone, who is now facing 7 charges in the Russia investigation, including 1 count of obstruction of official proceedings, 5 counts of making false statements, and 1 count of witness tampering. Now, I have the 24-page indictment from the special counsel office here, and the headline of the indictment comes on page 2, where it says that during the summer of 2016, Stone spoke to senior Trump campaign officials about WikiLeaks and the information it might have had that would have been damaging to the Clinton campaign. Stone was contacted by senior Trump campaign officials to inquire about future releases from WikiLeaks, referred to as Organization 1 in the indictment. Now, the reason that is important is if you think back to the summer of 2016, WikiLeaks is the organization that made public thousands of emails that were stolen from the Democratic National Committee, emails that through their leaks were an attempt to damage the Clinton campaign, emails that were stolen by Russian hackers and then leaked by WikiLeaks. So the indictment alleges that Stone had information about these leaks and these emails from WikiLeaks, and that the Trump campaign was reaching out to Stone to try to get a sense of the information he had and whether more of these leaks would be happening. And these emails, those leaks, they were a major turning point in the 2016 campaign. Now, Roger Stone has in the past been very vague about his knowledge. At points, he sort of bragged that he did know, then he denied that he knew anything about WikiLeaks. This indictment says that he did have information that the Trump campaign wanted to get its hands on.
So the fact that they have arrested Roger Stone, help us understand how important he might be to the whole Mueller investigation and what his arrest now means to it.
Well, Roger Stone has long been a big name, as you said, associated with U.S. politics in general, with dirty tricks in U.S. politics, and he's been a longtime associate of Donald Trump. He's one of the first people decades ago to encourage Donald Trump to run for president. He's someone who was very close to the campaign, was very close, a longtime associate as well with Paul Manafort, who's also in trouble in the Russia investigation, and was campaign manager of the Trump campaign for a time. So this is a big name to be targeted. It's not a surprise Roger Stone was targeted in the investigation. But the big part of this is whether or not he was some kind of go-between between WikiLeaks and contacts with WikiLeaks and the Trump campaign, and what he knew that the Trump campaign official, the senior Trump campaign official referred to in the indictment, wanted to get from Stone. What did Stone know? So it is it does establish a more direct link between the campaign and WikiLeaks. Again, the allegation in the indictment is that. It also raises questions, though, the indictment, in terms of what senior campaign official was Roger Stone speaking to, who was trying to get this information, and did it go all the way up to then candidate Trump? Did he know about these attempts to reach out to Roger Stone, that Roger Stone had this information allegedly from WikiLeaks? So a lot of important information in terms of allegedly establishing Stone as a potential go-between, but also raising a lot of questions about just who in the campaign was trying to get this information.